Hello everyone. Hope you can take a little break from your holiday haze to spend a half hour with me. Today we're talking about a gift that is unlike anything you can buy in a store or online: organ donation. Thousands of people across the country are waiting for an organ donor match to be found for them. Meet one couple with a unique story. The wife was able to save a life while someone else saved her husband. Abby Schrader explains the special program.
I casually asked, could I donate? And they said, sure.
Sharon Nicastro asked that question after her husband John was going to dialysis 3 times a week for a year. But John wasn't living his fullest quality of life that way. Sharon knew she had to step up.
I was willing to donate a kidney to someone who needed it. In return, my husband would receive a kidney from someone since we were not compatible.
That's essentially how the program works. And on August 19th, 2015, Sharon and John both underwent their surgeries, with John receiving a kidney from a living donor in Columbus and Sharon's kidney going to a recipient in California.
She really saved 2 lives because a person received the kidney and I in turn received. So 2 people now are walking and living a much better life.
Being able to just pick up and go, spend time outdoors, or cherish time with their 3 grandchildren. John says his energy level is better than it's been in a long time.
You don't know how bad you were until you received the new kidney.
As for Sharon, she says that her purpose on earth has been accomplished.
If you know someone that needs a kidney and you have that within you to donate, go be checked.
It is amazing how you can save somebody's life.
One News Channel 6 employee knows firsthand about the difference a kidney donation can make in a person's life. She made the decision to donate a kidney to her young cousin. Talk about a priceless gift. This is a gift that changed a life.
It did, and I'm incredibly honored that I was able to help my cousin with
living.
Yeah.
Ashley Edwards will join us right here after the break.
This portion of WJBF News Channel 6 is brought to you by Arby's. We have the meats.
Deshaun Seafood, Chicken, and all-you-can-eat crab legs. Great food, good service, lots of fun. Try us for the first time, and you'll be ringing our bell.
At Tile Center, our passion has always been to bring you the latest trends in the tile and stone industry. Since 1961, we've earned a reputation for our vast selection, superb customer service, and technical knowledge. We can help turn even the smallest bathrooms and kitchens into marvelous creations. Tile Center also carries all of the necessary materials and tools needed for all types of installations. Come by any of our locations or visit us online at tilecenter.com.
Border Bowl 4, Saturday, January 14th. Tickets on sale now at gascborderbowl.com.
It's your choice. Lease new Q50s or QX30s for just $319 a month, and no payments for 90 days is available now. Where you shop matters. Only at Napleton Infinity of Augusta.
Coverage you can count on is now at 10 p.m. on MeTV. It's up-to-the-minute breaking news from the team you know and trust. WJBF News Channel 6. It's more news when you need it.
We'll let you know what happened today and how to best prepare for the day ahead.
Your live Viper 6 forecast is the only live radar system in the CSRA.
More resources, more reporters, all to keep you informed.
WJBF News Channel 6. Now at 10 p.m. Weeknights on MeTV.
One young man is living a much healthier life because of a very special donation. His cousin, one of Television Park's own, donated her kidney to him 3 years ago. Kimberly Scott met with Ashley Edwards before the surgery.
I will be donating my kidney to my 12-year-old cousin, TJ.
TJ was born with a birth defect called posterior urethral valves. This is when the bottom of the bladder is closed, making it nearly impossible to use the restroom. This condition causes all sorts of medical issues. Now he's 12, active in sports, and needs a kidney. That's where cousin Ashley comes into the picture.
It wasn't like a decision that I had to think about. I just, you know, she shared the information and I wanted to help.
She's helping in a big way. Doctors will take one of her kidneys and give it to him.
The timing was too perfect, and the fact that she was the first person tested and the perfect match just felt like this is what's supposed to happen.
Ashley Edwards is with us right now. And Ashley, talk about, gosh, right here at Christmas time, what a priceless gift you gave.
Yeah, it was a pretty amazing experience, and you know, I was just incredibly honored that, you know, I was the first one to even be tested.
Yeah.
And was a match.
And you were a match. Now, you said that you had known poor little TJ was born. Before he was born, you knew there would be problems.
Yes, yes. And due to the further circumstances of him being born early, he was in kidney failure, and they actually expected that he wouldn't make it through the night when he was born. And so once everything was, you know, given the clear, not necessarily, you know, the all good, but he was able to go home, they told them that a kidney transplant would be in his future.
And so when the time came, you stepped right up and said, I want to be tested.
Absolutely. I didn't hesitate. It was just, I was healthy and able, so why wouldn't I?
In the story that you did with Kimberly Scott, you said it wasn't even a decision that I had to make.
Right, right. And luckily, I was the first one tested.
Well, we were also proud of you here at Television Park when you did this, because you did it without any fanfare. We just started hearing about it, that you were going to do this, and it was so amazing. I remember that there was preparation that had to be done, and afterwards when you came back to work, you had to really keep things sterile.
Yeah. Well, you know, obviously with being, you know, a living kidney donor, I've only got one kidney now. So while my kidney is 100% functional, as though I had two, I do have to monitor, you know, the things that I ingest and put into my body. Even, you know, something as small as sodium in my diet, I have to keep an eye on that because I'm at risk for high blood pressure now that
you've had this. What did you have to do to make yourself ready to be a kidney donor?
The medical testing, which is blood work, you know, 24-hour heart rate monitor, and various different tests.
Yeah, yeah. That's been 3 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been 3 years since you've done it. And how are you now that you're 3 years out from this surgery?
I'm doing great. My single kidney functions as though I have two. You know, it's just, it has a lot to do with being proactive about my health, making sure that I do not take medications that could put my single kidney in danger. I live as though I have chronic kidney disease. That means medications such as NSAIDs, or something like a contrast to have a scan in a hospital, or even sodium in my diet. I have to, you know, make sure I exclude some things.
You are able to do physically what you want to do?
Absolutely. I CrossFit regularly, and I lift heavy weights, and, you know, sure, that sort of, any sort of workout puts stress on your body. But I have to make sure that I'm well hydrated, I'm eating well, and I'm not doing something that's outside of my capability.
Well, how is TJ now?
TJ is amazing.
We have a picture of TJ as he looks today, and he's quite the golfer.
He is. He is a 10th grader at North Myrtle Beach High School in South Carolina, and he plays on the varsity golf team.
Yeah.
And he's phenomenal at golf. And he he's a gifted student, and he makes straight A's.
That is tremendous. That is tremendous. And how tremendous of you to do what you did, because you're giving him the chance to do these things in his life.
I'm just excited at the opportunity to be able to see him do this.
Thriving.
Yes.
Well, Ashley Edwards, you are a very, very special person. And thank you for sharing your story of organ donation with us.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We are just days away from Christmas, and if you're not in the spirit yet, we'll take care of it.
Because if you do have kids that come, they're going to want to pull things out of the tree.
Okay, so you're not really trying to hang it from a branch.
You can, but those branches, sometimes, especially a live tree, it's very difficult. So you have to wire it in like you would an ornament, you know, a glass ornament.
Still ahead on Jennie, Michael Stewart is back with his last tips to spread holiday cheer at home. You don't want to miss this.